Please be advised of the disclaimers.
Welcome back to my channel. It's Sai with Pinnacle Trading here. So I got 6 oversold stocks that I'm looking to purchase, maybe for swing trade or long term, but I'm going to show you 6 that have pretty much fell from the all-time highs significantly. So we're going to go over them in just a second, but first make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's jump into it. So let's jump into S&P 500 first. This is the overall market. So we can kind of see that markets have just not been falling. Anytime they try to fall, they've been kind of saved by the feds and people buying up, getting fear of missing out. And, markets has been rallying. The biggest bull market right now, but it's getting kind of scary out there, and not too much great value into investing long term. Maybe for trading, it's been a great it's heaven for traders right now, but we can see that markets right now, S&P 500, I'm looking at the futures, we can see that they've kind of pulled back a little bit. But going into the S&P 500 chart again, overall, we can see market kind of head over to all-time highs again. We have all-time highs right here at 398 at the highs, and Friday we were at about 395, 396. So right at the close, we saw a huge green candle. If we look at that chart, we see that huge run up right there. We thought markets would close sideways or a little bit down, but they just, they always tend to not disappoint the bulls, right? So I'm looking at 380 support and the 370 support as the major supports for them to even break, to even consider a correction to come through. But that's the overall market. Just a quick recap. So the first one I'm going to look for is, this is APHRIA. This is a cannabis stock, and this has been one of the more solid stock, whereas the other ones, they've had a lot of reverse splits, they've kind of sold off, they haven't had good numbers. This one actually has solid fundamentals for long term. So if you're looking for long term, or if you're looking to even just trade this, I do like this one a little bit better. I've read up on this a lot more, so I do like this one. This one is getting acquired, I believe, by TILRAY, so that's TLRY, but APHRIA is a different one. So TILRAY is looking to acquire that one. So I believe the merger is actually happening on 4/20 coming up, April 20th. Of course, 4/20 for REIT stocks. So that's pretty funny. But right now I see this pull back recently, and I think they're just trying to shake people out before that merger comes in, and this is probably gonna go back up again. So but this has been pretty oversold. So since we're looking at 6 oversold stocks, this is the first one. I'm covering the cannabis sector. So this all-time high is at a 32.29 and a 1-year low about 2.78. So just a huge run up. Right now, only testing the 50 SMA, not even 200, so 50 SMA, so pretty sold off from the all-time highs. So that's the cannabis sector side, and then we're gonna go into more of the FANGs, the Chinese stocks, Tesla, all those big bubbles, kind of big stocks, large cap ones. So this is a FNGU, this is a 3x leverage. The opposite of this one is FNGD if you're going bearish. Obviously not great right now because we're in the biggest bull market of all time history. So we can see the top on this one is 44.08, but it had a pretty large pullback just because of how much Chinese stocks fell, like Baidu. That one just tanked overnight, just tanked in the day as well on Friday, just because of Biden and the whole China stuff that's going on right now. Read that up on CNBC. I won't go into that too much, but there's been a whole issue with that. So this came from 354 all-time highs to down to about 170s, and look at that perfect bounce off the 200 SMA right there. Perfect candle bounce. And also, if you take a look at the Fibonacci chart on this one, we can see that it's past the 50%, so it's a pretty solid value if you're looking for long term on that one. But again, I'm not doing anything for long term on this one. I'm personally just looking mostly for swing trade on these, maybe some for long term, but that's up to you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor in any way. I'm just showing you what's oversold, what you can kind of look for, just showing the opportunities right now. And I'm also covering many sectors. I'm not just doing tech or anything like that. So this is one of them that's in FNGU. So that's my second oversold pick. This is heading to that 200 SMA. On Friday, we did trade this in the chat room. So we traded this, or I traded this, and I called it out as well. So gamble entry 25.12, ran all the way to 25.45, and I sold at 25.75. Had about 2,000 shares, a nice 1260 profit on that one in just 10 minutes. So We do a lot of day trades, swing trades, and long-term trades, and also post my analysis in the chat room. The chat room is free to join. The link is below in the description, or I'll show you how to join from my website in just a second. So FNGU is the second one. Third one is going to be NEO. Let's look at the yearly chart on this one. This is kind of like the Chinese Tesla stock that we've seen. And so this is covering the EV sector, that's the electric vehicle sector, and the renewable energy, that type of sector. So this all-time highs were about 66.9. So let's just call it 67 whole number. And we've seen it pull back almost about a little bit more than 50%, about 51, 52. So let's just call it, it pulled back about 50% from all-time highs, bouncing off the 200 SMA. So if you believe this one is great for long term, I saw this way back like below 10, and I saw this in 2018, 2019, and I bought it around 6 and I sold it at like 8 or 9 or something. But this has been a great for long term, so I'm actually looking to buy this one for long term specifically. So if you want to note that down, or just keep that in mind. So I'm looking for this one for more of a long term. I want to see if that 200 SMA breaks. If it does, then I'll scale in on this one for long term. So I'm keeping that on the back burner on my watch list compared to the other ones. I'm not looking too interested in those. So the next one is going to be Plug. This is also EV sector related, Plug Power. So this one pulled back almost about 50% as well. So notice all these like hype stocks, like bubble stocks, really hot stocks in the market, they pull back about 50% from all-time highs. And even Tesla is getting close to there. I'll show you in just a second. So just keep that in mind that whenever we see something blow up like this, it's most likely going to pull back. It doesn't have to pull back, but most likely there'll be some sort of sell-off, some sort of pullback. Look at the RSI. It went all the way about 80, about 90. So that's crazy, right? We see that it just could not hold. We saw markets kind of sell off a little bit. Even though markets kept going all-time highs, they were sideways. All these hype stocks, bubble stocks just sell off really fast. So I'm looking for this to test at 30 before even considering an entry for a trade. So I'm not looking for this for long term, but if you are, this is pretty oversold right now. Next one is going to be Space. So I did take a small entry on this one before, but I'm looking for Space. I'm looking for this kind of on a swing trade on this one. So I'm looking at it right now at 30 support, and then we're also seeing the 200 SMA, the 25.6 support. So if you're looking at this for long term, look at the 200 SMA and then look at the 30 resistance and 35 resistance for it to curl back up. You don't want to buy things on the way down. We want to look for a confirmation or reversal and then add on the way up. You can take a small dabble, kind of just to get your feet in the water in the trade, small entry, and then I like to wait for the confirmation of the reversal like that, and then look to buy on the way back up. And then Tesla, this is something I'm looking for long term as well, but just like I showed you, like Plug Power or NEO, all of these fell about 50%. Tesla hasn't fallen close to 50% yet, about 30% or something like that. So it fell from 900 to 618. So you can do the math. So it fell over here about 560, low mid 500s, but right now it's hovering at that 600 support. So this is something I'm looking for to sell off to at least 200 SMA. That's where I believe the true value is. Between 400 to 500, that's where I will consider going long term. If it doesn't pull back, then I'll let this one go. It can be something like Amazon that it keeps exploding in the future, but I want to get my true value on that one, and that's just my fundamentals that I believe in. So those are the 6 picks. So first one, it's going to be APHRIA. This is going to get acquired by TILRAY soon, so just read up on that before going in on that one. FNGU, this is more of a leverage fund. You can trade a lot of the hype, and a lot of the big large cap are traded through this one. And then NEO, this is the EV stock. Same thing, Plug is related to that as well. Not NEO directly, but it's not EV sector related. Space, Virgin Galactic Holdings, this one as well. We've seen 50% pullback. And then Tesla, about 30% pullback. Big pullback on this one, considering 900 to 500, 600. So 300 to 400 point pullback on this one so far. But I'm looking for us to still test that 200 SMA before even considering going long. So if you're in the chat room already, I call these out: swing trades, long-term alerts. So I call them out, on the spot, on the second. So the fastest way to get the trade ideas and the setups that I'm looking to get in, or when I alert when I'll go in, or when I'm looking to take profit, or when I post my analysis, make sure to join the chat room. And then you can also post your ideas in the general chat. We have a watch list, we have charts and analysis, all of these things in the chat room. It's free to join. You can join using link in the description below, or head over to my website, pinnacletrading.us. You can join the chat room right there. Click that button for free. And also I have the course as well. If that's something of value to you, I teach everything from basic stock market education, trading and investing, and then some of my secrets to you. Something of value, scroll down on this tab and click buy now. And also we have the blog that's coming out soon, most likely around next weekend. This is just a preview of the blog. This is live right now, but I'm still updating as well. But we have called it the Pinnacle Financial Blog, and I'll show you in just a second why. So we have links for all the social media right here. We have stock market, financial education, and then latest market updates like the news. That's where I'll put like calculators, latest articles, latest news, all of that. And then we also have a tab for the course there itself. So if that's something you're interested in, comment below what you'd like to be seeing on the blog itself. So again, thanks for watching that video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it to stay notified when my future videos come out. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again in my next video.